Hey there, it's your boy Foxy, back for more relationship stories. Update: never saw this coming. Fair warning, this post was originally dug up from a subreddit for cheaters, and the OP was asking advice from a bunch of degenerates, so the dialogue in the comment sections with the OP can be very disturbing. Original post: don't even know if this is the right forum at the moment. In gist, a fair partner got served divorce papers out of nowhere 2 days ago at work. Her husband knows of us and me, and it's only a matter of time before my wife finds out. Don't know if I have days or hours before the world as I know it is gone. Took some time off work to spend time with my wife and 2 daughters. My body is in turmoil, but strangely my mind is clear. It reminds me of the days leading up to my dad passing away. Time has slowed down and I am aware of all the things surrounding me. It's a nice feeling. My day today was filled with observation of details and appreciation. My wife's smell and the clothes she wore, my daughter's laughter, the color of the kitchen tiles, the dog, the yard. Feel blessed to have a healthy and beautiful family. What will my daughters think of me? I look at my wife that I love with all my heart, and I see a woman who stood by me no matter what. We had our fair share of ups and downs like most couples, but I never imagined a life without her. How do I justify a 6-year affair? Is that even forgivable? I don't know what the future holds. All I know is that the storm is coming, and I am here basking in the sun until the clouds come rolling in. I plan to confess over the weekend. Even if I know the outcome, I pray she does not leave me. This was so freaking not worth it. Any suggestions on how to confess? How do you start? What do I tell my daughters? I have already made an appointment with a therapist. What else can I do? Wish me luck. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. Not trying to be mean or anything, but you never imagined life without her. You had a 6-year affair and you love your wife with all your heart. It sounds like you are really confused. Maybe she will stick by you with counseling. I am not confused. Never was. I don't have a problem separating love from sex. My heart is loyal to my woman, and she is it for me. I don't think you know the meaning of loyalty. I don't know. You're just dumb if she's the one and you did this. LMFAO. You don't deserve her at all. You have a lot to sort through, but you are taking the right direction to line up some individual counseling for yourself. Be ready to move out if you are kicked out after the storm. 6 years is a long affair by any measure. If it wasn't worth it, what was a fair partner to you? Someone you could also toy around with along with your wife. For the record, this is the classic definition of throwing someone under the bus to save yourself. Maybe start by owning up to what you've done. If you think the affair partner's betrayed spouse will reach out to your wife and tell her everything he discovered, I would suggest you start telling the truth. I am not a betrayed, but it seems that trickle-truthing hurts way more over time. Whether your long-term affair is forgivable or not is no longer in your control. So many responses about how I don't value my affair partner. Well, since I am on a pour my heart out roll, here, let me tell you about my affair partner. She is a gorgeous and a smart woman who is funny and open to different experiences. She is younger than myself and my wife. Fit, seductive, sexy as heck. But she is not my wife and does not even compare. 6 years on and off is a long time to invest. As I see it, she is an adult woman who made decisions to cheat with a married man on her husband for whatever reasons. Do I care for her? Yes, 6 years is a long time. Do I love her? No. Did I say to her I loved her? Yes, of course I did. But I lied, just as I lied to my wife. Did I use her? Yes, I did. Did she use me? Of course she freaking did. We both knew we played with fire. This wouldn't have happened if your wife was intimate on a regular basis, I assume. That she was affectionate, but her desire for intimacy and the physical act was zero. Don't feel bad about yourself. You will get past this and start a new life with your lover now that she is getting a divorce too. Nope, not true at all. And I don't want to start a new life with my affair partner. Best of luck to her and all, but she is not the gal for me long term. Everyone's being judgmental as heck because it hurts them to think an affair partner is all they are to someone. It hurts hearing the family is more important. It hurts hearing he doesn't love her or want her anymore. But wake up, this is the reality and what it usually comes down to. I say fess up. Tell wifey everything and take some responsibility. After 6 years, at least that weight will be off your chest. You made your bed OP. The reason I strayed has nothing to do with my wife. We have a good intimate life in general, but I do have some kinks that she is not into at all. My affair partner was into the same kinks. That's how we met, and that is why the affair was ongoing for 6 years. What led me to starting the affair was my wife being in an accident that took a toll on her body. Intimacy was off the table for over a year. I gave in to temptation, and when I discovered the affair partner shared my kink, I was hooked. So all you people saying my wife was withholding intimacy. No, my wife and I are very intimate. Doing it with my wife is making love. Doing it with a fair partner is just a physical thing. My wife meets 90% of all my needs, while my affair partner meets the remaining 10%. Edit. Thank you all for your comments and suggestions. Some of them were hard to read. I don't have time to address all comments, but will reply to few to clear some things. Yesterday, I reached out to my brother for advice. He left his wife some years ago and married his affair partner. He seemed happy with her, but the grass is not greener for him after all, and he is planning on leaving her but is stuck at the moment. His advice is to not tell my wife and to minimize if confronted. He also said I should let down affair partner gently so she does not go nuclear on my wife and family. I am hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. Now for the first update. I was prepared for all scenarios but not this one. The D-Day did not come in the shape I was expecting. Affair partner ended up convincing her soon-to-be ex not to spill the beans to my wife in exchange for a smooth divorce, and I thought I was in the clear. But yesterday affair partner sent me a blurry photo of my wife in the car with another man. She claimed they walked hand in hand to his car from a store in a nearby town to ours. She got a shot of the plates too. After some digging, I now know she is having an affair. Don't know how long for sure, but at least 6 months. He is a single dad our age and is telling her to leave the marriage, and she is telling him she loves him. I'm afraid to confront her, feel numb at the moment and took a day off work. Any advice? I love her and want to stay married. Edit. Any advice on how to proceed? Should I just let it run its course and monitor? Should I confront and hope for the best? Should I confess to my affair and hope we all can come clean and make way for a new marriage? I am so freaking utterly confused. I have rehearsed the things I would say and do if she was to find out about my affairs, but I was not prepared for this mess. Promise I'm not trying to bust your balls, just trying to understand. Why can't your wife have cake of her own? I'm not a cake eater, but a single affair partner to 2 of them. I guess I'm not seeing the big deal. You're both getting your itches scratched. Logically, yes, we are both getting our itches scratched. What's the big deal? I am not ruled by logic at this moment. Maybe later, but now my emotions are overpowering every logic. Never in my life have I experienced this type of emotional and physical distress. I can't even think straight. Never thought I was gonna bawl my eyes out and throw up on the carpet. Not a cake eater, but it sounds like you may be getting a taste of your own medicine. She probably knows that you've been cheating even if she can't prove it. You didn't expect if you carried on this way it could drive a wedge in your marriage and drive her to maybe seeking someone else. You are for sure a hypocrite, and I'm sorry to say, but it sounds like you're just feeling how your wife was probably for a long time. Don't ignore your feelings, explore them and really try to understand what you being a cake eater has done to your wife and marriage. If you love her and want to make it work, then have the conversation. Admit to your affairs and decide to recommit yourself to your significant other if she decides she still wants to make it work too. If not, then I'm sorry to say, but your marriage is most likely over, and I suggest you don't get remarried until you figure out what you want. Cake eating might not suit you if when your significant other decides they deserve the same satisfaction, and you fall to pieces. Just sounds like you're kind of a selfish narcissist, honestly. Sorry if this is hard to hear, but you sound like you need to hear it. Your actions have consequences whether she knows what you're doing or doesn't. I don't think his wife cheating is the issue. I think the issue is that his wife loves or claims to love the other man, and the other man is pushing his wife to leave him. Yeah, this is it. Yes, I don't know how I feel about being on the other side. Never had fantasies about my wife doing it with other men. We had a good intimate life minus my kinks that she was not aware of, hence the long-term affair partner. I am thinking, what do I have to lose? There can be only 2 outcomes. She loves him and she leaves, or she loves me and she stays. I am hoping this is just a fling and nothing serious. That makes you an even bigger piece of trash. Instead of telling your wife what your kinks are, you just immediately outsource fulfilling your kinks to other home-wrecking hoes. The hell is wrong with you? Did your mother drink or do drugs while pregnant with you and drop you on your head as a baby? What she should have done is swallowed. I think you need to find out why your wife cheated. If her reasons lines up with yours, maybe there is a way to move to don't ask, don't tell. I am desperate to talk this out to know why this happened and how invested she really is in this piece of turd. If she is doing this out of revenge, maybe I have a chance, because if so, she does feel something for me at least. I can't imagine her being emotionless throwing away over 20 years. I know this woman like I know myself. Deep down she's hurt, but also so very stubborn and proud. I just want to know if she knew about my affair and why the heck did she not confront me. I would have chosen her over a fair partner in a nanosecond. And what the heck is she hoping to find with this dush? He is no better than me, sleeping with a married woman. Aw damn, I am trying to respect her wish to have some space, but I am desperate to just talk to her. She's had plenty of time to process and deal with the emotional fallout of discovering 6 years of affairs, so it's entirely possible she has already moved on from you emotionally, and you were too busy hogging down cake to notice. Trust me when I say that when a woman gets to the point where her emotions seem to be non-existent, it took her a long time to get there, and there were plenty of signs along the way. She didn't lose her feelings for you overnight. You just had your face buried between the legs of other women and couldn't see it. And to be frank, you are terrible in that you feel entitled to your cake, while telling her she needs to be satisfied only with what you give her. And you're so self-centered you will not even try to wrap your head around the idea that some people take monogamy seriously, and are disgusted with the idea of eating cake. Which is asinine considering the majority of the population prefers monogamy. You did this to yourself. Now for the final update. My marriage seems to be over. Confronted wife this past weekend, sat her down without warning, and told her I knew she was having an affair, and with whom, and asked her if she loved him and what her plan was. She was caught off guard, went to the bathroom for 10 minutes, and when she came out, she looked me straight in the eyes and said, I know about your affair too. I have known for some time now. I love him and want a divorce. Next days were a blur. I tried to talk to her but she shuts me down. She has moved into the spare bedroom and is making appointments with law firms, and has told our 2 girls. I have signed up for emergency therapy, and now I'm on meds for dealing with anxiety and lack of sleep. This is surreal. Heard her talk to him last night and cut the internet cord. Kind of crazy because I need freaking internet for work, and she just switched to her phone. Aw man, so many emotions are running through me. I made love to her the past week, and today she is a total stranger. How does this happen? How can she not feel any freaking emotion? Over 20 years gone. All the love, friendship, partnership, intimacy, jokes, memories, plans for our future, gone. Just like that, no looking back. Feel so blindsided, and the only person I can talk to is my brother who lives across the country. Sorry to vent here to you fine people on here, just need to get this out. Since you're pretty much getting your butt handed to you here, I'll try to be gentle. But your response to all this is kinda unbelievable. You had to know this was a possible outcome. You spent 6 years in an affair for goodness sake. You messed up the 20 years long before she did. Now you have to deal with the consequences. Cheating in a horrible marriage is one thing. Cake eating is an even riskier move because you don't want to lose what you have at home. You took the risk and lost. It's part of the game. Of course you are allowed to feel hurt over this split, but at some point, you have to be realistic. Not shaming you for cake eating, but you can't pull the victim card when the tables turn. You should be shaming him for it. He disregarded someone he formed a contract with. He committed an act of infidelity upon someone. These fiends should instead start an affair with meth. It's much more pleasurable than hooking up, and it only harms themselves. First time visiting the sub of losers, and this is funny stuff. We'll visit more often. Yo, I'm gonna frequent this garbage dump for a while too. Miserable ducks here are good comedy, and a good dose of how to spot red flags, and how to stand your ground if you end up with one of these losers. But mostly just here so I can laugh my butt off. Made love to her last week. How does she not feel any emotion? This is simple. She has learned how to separate love and physical act. She does it with you, but loves her affair partner. You taught her well. OP dropped a quote in the comments of his first post that really spoke to me. It went, I am not confused. Never was. I don't have a problem separating love from the physical act. My heart is loyal to my woman, and she is it for me. And there we have it folks. A loser. Yeah, you can laugh your junk off. I am a selfish, entitled, arrogant, worst idiot among cheaters. But I do love my wife, contrary to what many of you believe. In my heart, I have never strayed. But she played me. Well done. Go tell your wife, in my heart, I have never strayed, and see if she believes you lol.